Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Hi, welcome back to Come and See, where we talk about the hope for the future that's possible when faith guides are used to technology. As you can see, I'm in a garden because food is responsible. What we eat, how we grow it, and how we consume it, and what we waste is responsible for more than a third of our global warming problem. And more experts are coming to the conclusion that the only way we're going to feed the human population as it's growing in terms of climate change is to get back to the gardens. Now, this is a community garden. Why community garden? Because the answer is not us as individuals. The answer is found when we come together as a community. So this summer, Sinclair and I I'm going to do this for the very first time, is take up gardening. Why? Why take up gardening? Well, number one, you grow stuff that's healthy and it tastes good. Number two, it's good for the soul to connect spiritually back with God's creation, back to the soil. And number three, changing the way we grow our food from the chemical factories that we now call farms to being local and healthy is a major solution to the earth. And so this summer, we're going to go on a little bit of a sabbatical. This is actually the last of our Come and See series. We've covered over 36 different technological answers that if we make the decision, we could solve the climate crisis right now. And if you want more, you can go to Project Drawdown. They've got another 60 more answers to look at. But the big question is, since we have the technology, we have the knowledge, we can do this, what's stopping us from doing this? And so we've got a brand new series launching in the fall that's going to explore that. We're excited about it. The brand new series is Stories from the Road in Search of Climate Hope. So if you remember the last 3 episodes, we talked about the 3 urgent tasks of facing the reality, of guiding through grief, and of finding hope. Well, we're going to go on the road. This fall, we're going to go on the road, and we're going to, on our first road trip, go across the borders of the West. And so up to the Canadian border, over to the Pacific Ocean, down to the Gulf of Mexico, to New Orleans, and up to Mississippi. And along the way, we're going to be interviewing and talking to people who get it, to the climate activists, to the community leaders, to the faith leaders. We're going to sit down, we're going to talk to them and ask them, what was it that inspired them to take this on? What was the reality that they understood, and how did they share that? What was the grief process they went through, and where do they find the hope to continue? We're also going to stop at sites that show the destruction that we're doing, the fossil fuel extraction that we're doing, but we're also going to stop at sites to show the hope for the future, the technology that we're launching, the community actions that are happening. So this fall, we're going on a 6-week tour, and we're going to produce a number of different messages from that. We're going to use short video messages like we've been doing. I'm also going to blog about it, so if you are more inclined to reading about it, you can do that. But we're also going to have audio interviews for the longer discussions. And so you have your choice of technologies. You're going to be able to see a whole host of different people who are deeply involved in this, and one of their stories is going to resonate with each of you. And so it isn't just my story or the stories that people you know. It's opening our ears and our eyes to see in the future that God is calling us to be. You know, there's a famous parable in the gospel where Jesus talks about being a sower. And you don't know which of the seeds are going to fall on rocky ground and which are going to fall on ground where it reaps a bounty of 60-fold, 100-fold. So let's return to the soil. Let's find a different way. We're taking a bit of sabbatical. We'll see you back in the fall. We hope you will join us. And if you have a contact for me out west that's involved in this, have them reach out to me at sustainingcreation.org. I'll see you in a few months. Inch by inch, row by row, somebody bless these seeds I sow. We'll see you next time. Take care.